Good evening, you're about to listen to the Odd Pod. We don't know why, however we are grateful you chose to. We do wish to inform you that the views, opinions and overall morality do not necessarily reflect those of the station, sponsors or musical entities. If you should choose to continue, and we sincerely hope that you do, just know, we try to advise you against these actions and we are not responsible for any damage done to your sanity, morals or ideals. Thank you. Here comes that terrible siren.
Portions of the day's programming are reproduced by means of electrical transcriptions or tape recordings.
And now, broadcasting from the heart of Metro Detroit, you're listening to the Odd Pod.
Double the D's for double the fun.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We always do it live. Unless, of course, you're listening to the podcast version of this. And then, if it's the fun size, thank you. If it's the Patreon version, I really thank you. With me tonight is my lovely wife, Ollie.
Hello.
You might have to speak a little louder than that.
Why?
There you go.
I don't want to.
Also, sitting in our third chair, couch, third seat.
Third thing? is our third thing.
Yeah. Are my friends Ari and Billy. Say hello.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, so Ari and Billy are here along for the ride tonight, and
Billy is currently dying.
It's okay. Well, it's not okay. But
Billy's dying. It's all right. He'll be okay.
Billy's allergies are bothering him. He's allergic to my bullshit. I'm glad the rest of you aren't.
We all are. We just have a higher tolerance.
Too much exposure. No, so tonight we are talking superstitions and weird tales and all things related to Friday the 13th. Because it is the only Friday the 13th this year.
Like we needed another one?
Yeah, more piercings.
Okay, no, your piercings are not part of it. Think of the bad luck that's already happened in the last 2 years. Do we really need another Friday the 13th?
If Friday the 13th is bad luck, then no.
Okay, so I'll go with this. I believe Friday the 13th is a perceived thing. However, I did have my own stroke of bad luck today, but
It's setback, but not really bad luck. I'm going to tell you what.
it's one little ding in the thing. But
I think the number 13 has been replaced as the bad luck number as 2020.
what about 2021? Maybe the numbers in sequence 202.
I don't know.
Error 202.
404 not found. That's it. That's when you know it's over, people. In another 2020 years.
We make it that long.
404
We're
not
not
found.
making it that long.
Or 2040 04.
What?
That would be a year, right? 2404.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
404 not found.
It's about 420 years.
I'll be dead.
Yeah,
Hey.
I won't be. It's fine.
I won't be found at that point.
Sounds like a dumb problem.
Right. This last week was my birthday. My birthday was on Wednesday, and we threw caution to the wind and ventured out to the world.
No. We don't like the world.
We went out to eat for the first time in a very long time.
Mm-hmm. A very long time.
And we went to Big League Brews, which is owned by my buddy Matt. And I have to tell you, I've talked them up before, but Big League Brews is unlike any other sports bar you're ever going to find.
This is the type of sports bar that a single woman could walk into and not feel like you have to cover your drink. Like
That's
I would.
impressive, actually.
It's a place I
Actually-
would feel safe walking into alone, and you know
I'm-
how my anxiety is.
I'm assuming that they're single, but we saw two single women walk in together and go to the bar to get a drink.
Which is not common in sports bars.
No.
No, it's an absolute sports bar, but their food is high-end, top tier. However, the fact that it's a bar, let alone that you can walk into alone and feel safe, like we left our drinks with the waitress so we could go out and have a cigarette. I did not feel any type of discomfort leaving my drink alone on the table.
No.
That says a lot.
It really does.
Now, the atmosphere is wonderful. It's welcoming. It's comfortable. Occasionally, the music gets loud, but it is a bar after all. And it's really weird because music seems to come in loud, and then you can obviously tell someone behind the bar is like, no, we're going to turn that down just a hair. TV's all on.
On different things.
Yeah.
It was like a ADHD's wet dream because it was
While we were in there, it was Court TV. It was South Park, Family Guy, or no, American Dad.
Yep.
And then one other, I don't know what was on the other TV, up until the Tigers game started.
Yeah.
And when the Tigers game came on, all the TVs went to the Tigers game, which is fine. It's a sports bar.
But it was like an ADHD dream because you were just watching one and then you'd get tired and your eyes would drift to the other and you'd forget it was really weird.
So, the Tigers thing is important to mention right now because they have specials going on at Big League Brews for the Tigers games. During all Tigers games, you can get Mr. Taylor's listening, I believe.
Is he?
I don't know. He said, yeah, haha, yeah, so true. I don't know. It fits, but I don't know if he's listening. Anyways, for all Tigers games during they're doing specials. $5 for 2 chili jogs with fries and Red Hot's chili. $5 BG's poutine. $5 half order of nachos. $5 smash burger combo with fries. Home run shots, $4. Fireball or green tea. $5 hams and Ogo Boilermaker, $5 select draft pints, and $12 Labatt or Labatt Light buckets. And you can always watch the game at Big League Brews. The food is phenomenal, too.
Absolutely top tier. I can't... That's top tier food for anywhere for me. That's the top of it. Is it going to compare to this?
Yeah, because, there's so much love and care and time and effort that Matt has taken to put into his menu.
Yep.
You can tell the ingredients are better quality.
Yeah.
The first and foremost, okay, so Ollie got a chicken sandwich, and there was a tomato on the chicken sandwich, and I watched her. Because 9 times out of 10, she likes tomatoes. It's not like you who absolutely hates them.
Yeah, they're disgusting.
But 9 times
I'm
out of the
picky with
10,
my tomatoes.
the tomato is inedible.
It's like hard. It's not even ripe yet. It's like partially yellow on the inside. And I'm just like, this is trash. I don't want this. I want an actual tomato. I want red, juicy, tender, like a slice of tomato. And when it comes, that hard, crunchy, yeah,
She ate the tomato.
it was good tomato. It was an actual red, ripe slice of tomato. And that's something so stupid. And it made me so happy.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you have never been to Big League Brews in Taylor, by all means, look it up and go there and make that change in your life because the food is great, the atmosphere is great, the staff is wonderful. Matt has done an amazing job, and Big League Brews just turned 11. So for 11 years, Matt has run this bar, and it is one of the best bars in the downriver area you're going to find.
Yep.
Second only to their sister location,
And, yeah.
Burligan's Public House over in Trenton. So, and
Great name.
Isn't it?
yeah, and so Burligan's has its own menu,
Yep.
which is just as unique and wonderful as Big League Brews' menu. See, Matt likes to travel, and one of the places he likes to go is Austin. He goes there often. And while he's there, he goes to different bars, and he goes to different restaurants, and other places that he goes, he travels and does the same thing. And what I what seems to have happened is all these little things, intricacies that he's found from his travels, he's brought back to both menus. And yeah,
Okay, the stupidest thing made my little heart sing. So we got the appetizer like sampler.
yeah, a little bit of everything.
Okay. And it had mini tacos on it. And they were fantastic. But there was, you get to pick 2 sauces with it, and we picked ranch because of everything else we had, and salsa because the mini taco. The salsa was like what we got in Tucson, which makes me so happy. It tasted authentic. It was actually the same like consistency, like it had been muddled in a mortar and pestle. It was beautifully done. And I've never before had an onion ring that never needed sauce, and if you put sauce on it, it felt like a disservice.
I dipped one in ranch just to see. I barely tasted the ranch. The onion ring
flavor.
The onion ring flavor was
The
good.
onion was tender inside, not like where it will come out on you.
Yeah.
When you bit through the onion.
Now, mind you, we've gotten food from Big League Brews a couple of times. During the pandemic, I went and picked it up. They were doing curbside. And
We've always loved it.
the one
Every
thing
time.
that stands out to me is you're going to a sports bar, yes. But if you're getting food from the sports bar, the fact that consistency every single time.
Yes.
Yeah.
The food looks and tastes the same every single time.
And you don't find that a lot at bars in general.
And this is not a chain bar.
It's not like there's between locations, like there's a consistency of you have to hit this many metric. I'm sure he has
But
something like that, but the food is always...
the fact that a sports bar in Taylor and the food you get is the same every time you get it.
I can't wait to go back. Like, that's the thing. I hate bars. You know this.
Yeah.
I do not like going in bars. We were sitting in there, and I was like, I want to come back. We got 5 minutes down the road, or not even probably 2 miles, and I was like, can we go back? And he goes... And I was like, right now? And he was, no, we're going out. I want to go back.
But do yourself a favor. So if the Tigers are your thing, the next Tigers game that's on, by all means, head to Big League Brews and grab their specials. Otherwise, just go there. Go to Big League Brews and check it out for yourself and see what all the fuss I'm making and we're making about.
Like, we're talking top-end comfortable environment, too.
Yeah.
Because the tables were nice. There were candles lit on the tables. Like,
I talked to Mr. Taylor just before the show, and the bar is packed, and everybody is there watching the Tigers game, hoping to see Miggy hit his 500th home run. Speaking of the Tigers game, our fearless leader, Planky, is actually downtown right now at the Detroit Tigers game, hoping to be a part of history and see Miggy hit his 500th home run.
all of this is lost on me because I stopped watching baseball when I was like 15. I used to play baseball.
Just because I sound like I know what, or just because it sounds like I know what I'm talking about.
You have no clue either.
Nope, but I can sell it well.
The sad part is you were like that. I was like, yeah, good for that. Who is that?
Yeah.
Who the fuck?
Somebody baseball people care about.
Then for baseball people, I hope it works out.
Yeah, Planky was like, I want to be a part of history. And I was like, cool.
I have no clue what that means, but have fun, dude.
I get it. It's like,
It is a
if you're
huge
there
thing.
when he does it, it matters.
It's a huge thing. That's
But-
a huge accomplishment in any player's
Yeah.
career of anything. To hit that number,
I've never been into sports, so, go sports ball. Move that sports ball.
okay.
Beat that sports team.
Wait.
All right, so we mentioned the Patreon earlier. If you are not satisfied with the fun size, and really, who is? You usually end up eating 3 or 4 of them at Halloween. By all means, check out the Patreon. Go to patreon.com/the Odd Pod. For $5 a month, you will get access to all of our past shows in their entirety and every show in its entirety moving forward that you are subscribed to our Patreon. You also will get a 10% off coupon for MotorCityCandleworks.com, and you can use that anytime you make an order. So, and we give you a shout out. You've been hearing it for a little while now. We do the shout out right before we go into our first music block. So, Lots of stuff to offer for $5. I did everything I could to try to make it worthwhile. There are higher tiers too that give other things, and you can read about those. I don't expect a lot. I'm happy that 3 people give a shit to get the full experience, the full frontal odd.
No.
Full frontal oddity?
I think that's worse. I'm not sure, but I think that's worse considering what my sister sent you.
Yeah.
It's all that made me think back.
Yeah, that was.
You walked. You
I know.
knew what my biological sister would do.
Well, I like your biological sister. I like your adopted sister
Yes.
as well. But
We specify because it's very hard to. He can't tell when I'm talking about one or the other.
I love your adoptive sister for her heart and her genuinity.
Yes.
And her love and appreciation for both you and, by extension, me. I can joke around a little bit with your adoptive sister.
My biological sister.
Hold on, we'll get there. I absolutely love your adoptive sister. I also absolutely love your biological sister for an entirely different reason. She's a terrible person like I am, and I can make jokes with her, and she doesn't get offended. She just tries to one-up me. Poor girl. She never will.
She got you on your birthday, though.
That was just funny.
She got you.
I expected... Okay, so her biological sister messaged her and to tell me happy birthday.
She rarely uses Facebook, only uses Messenger to talk to me.
Yeah.
So it's just an easier thing.
So, anyways, she messaged... to say happy birthday to me on Wednesday, and I told Ollie, tell her thank you, and said, no, wait, tell her I'm accepting PayPal, Cash App, or nudes. And she sent
backfired.
that, and I was like, watch her send back a bowl of noodles or something.
No.
I don't know what she typed into Google.
Old man, big cock, something.
Okay. Well, yeah, she sent me. You guys ever seen Lemon Party?
Ain't no party like Lemon Party.
Yeah, this was like a party of one.
Hold on, because now I have to show it.
Just big, hairy, old man cock.
She got you. But it backfired on her, too, because she immediately sent me back, oh, God, in like 1,000 messages. And she was like, I need to push this up the messenger thing. It's making me cringe every time I open it.
Yep. You did this to yourself. I want to say hello to everybody in the chat room tonight. Hootis, thank you for joining me. Fuck that. I know who you are, and thank you for joining me as well. And Motor City Candleworks, Mr. Brown himself, is in the chat room. So, if you're listening and you want to, you can go to tapdetroit.com/chat-room. That's the dash in between. I need to shorten that. I need to change that to just chat room. Anyways, you can hang out with the rest of us weirdos that are sitting at home on Friday the 13th getting ready to talk about superstitions. Or, I don't know what happened.
Sorry, they were talking.
Anyways, where was I? Oh, you can, listen to us via TuneIn. I've heard that works for some people. Some of you might notice in the past that you had issues when you were trying to listen to us on the website, that it was telling you network error. We have fixed that. So if you were trying again, you should not get that network error this time. Mr. Brown is not at home. He is affected by the power outage that's going on here in Michigan. Oh, my God. I don't know. Our infrastructure sucks.
It has been terrible.
It's horrid.
Terrible luck on Friday the 13th.
Well, not even that. Like, your power goes out a lot.
Every time it rains a little bit too hard, we get a power outage for at least 24 hours.
Even when it doesn't. There have been times it's been perfect weather and you message me, we have no power.
Yeah.
Come on over. The upstairs bed is ready. Okay.
Yep.
You stay here more often than not just because your power is out. It's not even because Will got too high, which he does quite... No! Slap his hand.
No.
Yes. Billy is 2.5 sheets to the wind.
He's about to be 7 sheets to the wind if he gets a hold of that box again.
That's why it's on my side, away from him.
Hoodis has actually been playing with us in the Discord.
Oh my god, the Discord is so much fun now. See?
Fuck!
I'm gonna bring it. You missed it, Ari. We were sitting at the kitchen table when Will got here, and he was telling me about the Discord, and I was like, yeah, it's so much fun now. And he just looked at me like, now? And I was like, oh. Will tried to talk me out of it, but he dug a worse hole, and I was like, yeah, I can't even, now, yeah.
So what I've done is I've installed some games that you all can play. And if you want access to the Discord, you could message me. I have been giving the Discord link out. Or you can also... The next tier up from $5, I forget what it is. I think it's 10. It's either 10 or 20. But it gets you access to the Discord and also gets you a chance to actually be a part of the show sometimes. Anyways, so if you want access to Discord, either hit the Patreon for 10 or 20 bucks, I think it is. And yeah, you can have access to our Discord and sometimes be a part of the show.
We're terrible to each other in the Discord. We constantly steal fake currency from each other.
We do. So yeah, basically the games are simple. You get a certain amount of coins, and there's commands that you have to hit. They're not hard. It's like PLS and then whatever space and whatever you want to do. I put a how-to in there. Yes, Hoodis, I did try to fucking rob you. You can rob people, you can hunt, you can fish, you can dig, you can search, you can play blackjack. You can
roast people.
You can roast people.
You can say, please.
Fire?
No.
Oh.
What the fuck, Ari?
It's odd. It could be anything.
What the fuck? But no, you
she's
can
right.
type in PLS roast and then tag the person, and it will roast them. And it's absolutely hilarious.
Like right now, give me a second. I'm going to go roast Hoodis. That's right. I'm coming for you, Hoodis.
Corey, next time I see him, he's getting punched in the face.
What?
He's not. I talked to him. It's not him. I don't know how.
Who is it?
I don't know how he got that much, but yeah, it's not
Somebody
him.
has been robbing me and then deleting their messages. So I don't know what. Like my money went from I had like 140,000 some odd coins, and then all of a sudden I checked it again to deposit into my little account there, and it was like deposited like 2,000. Like what the. And my balance is like at 50, and I'm like, wait, where did all my money go?
I just roasted Hoodis, and it said, you're an example of why animals eat their young.
Ooh.
And Hoodis pointed out, you can have pets.
Yes. Roast Ari at it. I want to see what it says. Because you get some really good ones. And some really bad ones. The one I roasted him with said... Oh, go ahead.
I bet you're a magician that only knows one trick, turning beer into domestic violence.
The one I got him with was so good because it said, you like to swallow so much cock, I bet your Adam's apple has a black belt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Just terrible.
So anyways, come have some fun with us on Discord. The reason I set up the Discord is because Facebook is fucking toxic as shit because...
It just is.
Yeah, I'm tired of getting banned, and I can't do anything fun or anything I want to on Facebook. So that's why most of the content that you've been seeing from either the Odd Man page, which, hey, that's back, by the way, but it's got a new it's at Uncle Odd's house to get to the Odd Man page. The Odd Pod itself, the Odd Pod page itself, or the Odd Pod group, or my personal Facebook page, if you're personally friends with me, has been pretty sanitary lately, is because I'm tired of getting fucking hit by Facebook for the stupid or offensive memes that I post. I find it funny. Fuck you. That's what it comes down to. I find it funny. Fuck you. I'm offended. You're offended. Okay? Just let it go. Scroll by. You don't have to report me, and Facebook yourself, you don't have to fucking nanny me. Anyways, so the Discord is set up so we can go have fun and post memes and talk shit to each other and play games and just not have to deal with Facebook's nonsense. Discord is free. There's an app that you can download. You can, like I said, you can message the Odd Pod, and we might give you the link to get to the Discord. We've posted it on the page before. If you want to go back and scroll through everything that the Odd Pod has posted, the Discord link is there, and it's a forever link. It won't expire.
I roasted her again. I'm sorry, I roasted her, and I said, "What's the difference between 3 dicks and a joke? You can't take a joke."
Damn. Yeah, Motor City Mr. Brown said I got reported for something I shared like 5 years ago on Facebook. Yeah.
Yep. That's what happened to you.
I've created a safe haven. Join us. One of us.
One of us.
Just one step closer to creating that cult of mine. Anyways, moving on. So, we're about 6 minutes until the 30-minute mark, so I'm not going to jump too far into our Friday the 13th stuff. We've got a whole bunch of it here, and, we've talked about everything that's been going on. What? Mr. Brown is there as well.
You can read it.
She roasted Ari again. I've never met someone who's at once so thoughtless, selfish, and uncaring for other people's interest while having such lame and boring interest of their own. You don't have friends because you shouldn't.
And the only thing you can do is sit here and tell her I'm so sorry. I can't believe it. Which is the absolute opposite of everything Ari is.
Yeah. The Kool-Aid, how does the Kool-Aid taste? The Kool-Aid tastes fine, but I'm going to tell you that Flavor Aid has a little bit of a kick.
Oh.
I have no idea what's going on.
I like them whispering.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to be respectful, and you're getting distracted. Hey, rabbit, over here.
Bunny?
Yeah. So tonight, we don't have any new music necessarily for you. We're playing Carmel Liberty, Undeadly Medley, Olio Hypnotized, and Acid Trip's Creature of the Lagoon. If you popped in before the show started, you heard some of the pre-show music, which I specially picked for tonight.
It was so good.
Yeah. I'm going to do a Halloween show again. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole month of October as Freetober again, but I will do at least one show in the month of October that will be free on the Patreon as well. So I will not create a fun-size version of it. There will be a free version that I post to the Patreon for Freetober. Last year, when we just got started with the podcast, which, by the way, the radio show is almost a year old.
Yay!
In a year's time, we have had phenomenal growth. I'm happy with where we are. I would like to see it go further, and we'll see what the next year brings. That relies on a lot from me, but also a lot from all of you listening. I would like you to share. We are trying to be more palatable in a way with our topic-oriented shows. We're giving you something that you can go share, but it still has our personality in it, so you'll understand what the rest of it might be. I need you to share. I need you to tell your friends about it. I need you to help me already on the promotion side. We are at, in about a year, less than a year, we grabbed almost 400 likes for the Facebook page, either likes or follows.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound like a lot, honestly, but for coming out of nowhere and having to start a whole new thing, because people's attention span for media is very short.
Yeah.
So
just why TikTok succeeded.
The only thing that was a constant that anyone might have recognized the name is Odd Man. Other than that,
it's totally new.
Yeah, the Odd Pod. And I did as much as I could to not completely inundate my friends and family with my bullshit. Moving on.
Thank you.
So, but anyways, so we've got a fair number of likes. We've got people in the Facebook group. I'd like to see you guys more active in sharing things in there, or come over to the Discord and hang out there, because that's where all the cool kids are anyways.
Call us the cool kids?
Yeah, shut up. So we've grown. We've got 3 Patreon subscribers, and that to me in and
It's
of itself,
huge.
yeah, like the radio show doesn't make me much money, but it's making some. And, you know, that's how you can help the most, is either sharing or supporting. Supporting however you see fit is fine. The Patreon is there, and like I said, if not, the fun size version is always getting posted, except for the Freetober one that I just mentioned. But you know, I like what we're doing here, and I want to keep doing it. And keeping it up does require some help from listeners like you. Sorry, I grew up on PBS, man. But anyway, so we're going into...
From viewers like you.
Yeah, from listeners like you.
Part of me just went into the, like, I heard that, and then I heard the Dragon Tales theme start.
And now it's running in my head.
Yep, you're welcome.
I also, before we go to break, I also want to say thank you to everyone who wished me happy birthday, and continue to do so, because a few people are catching up late. I don't know. I never understood the belated birthday thing. I get it. Thanks. You know, cool, whatever. But, you know, let's move on. It's over.
Jesus. Some people don't open Facebook that often.
I get
Some
that.
people don't.
Yeah. But
Because let's be honest, the only reason anybody remembers anybody's birthdays at this point is Facebook.
not true.
Most people.
I have one friend.
I know, but that's the size.
One friend.
Yeah.
You've heard me mention DI Prime before.
Yes.
You've met DI, right?
I believe.
Maybe. You at least read the book that I had of his.
Yes.
Which is the Dirty Limericks book.
Yes.
So, DI Prime is not really on Facebook. There's a DI Prime Facebook page, but he doesn't use it. And even when he did use it, quote unquote, he didn't use it. Like, he was there very rarely. So, DI emailed me on my birthday.
Aww.
Emailed?
Emailed.
Continue.
He's an older guy, and he works for the U of M. Like, he still had a
Emails.
pager.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But working at U of M, they are the ones that provided the pager.
Oh, well, that's...
When he was given the option of a cell phone or a pager, he said pager.
Okay.
I mean... Yeah.
Yeah. For the longest time, he still had, like, a Dynaphone. But anyways, he emailed me on my birthday and wished me a happy birthday and was checking in to see, because it's been a while since we talked. And it was... The reason it struck me as interesting is the fact that I know he's not on Facebook. He's not on social media. He's not on Facebook. He's not on Twitter. He's not on Instagram. No social media whatsoever. Which means DI had to specifically put my birthday in his own personal calendar as a reminder at some point.
That's what I do, too.
Over the course of our friendship.
Because I don't ever use Facebook for anything except Messenger. So all of my, like, closest people, they're on my calendar.
I just have a thing for remembering certain things.
So,
I know, like, my immediate family, and that's basically it.
The point that I'm getting at is that meant a lot.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh, yeah.
And,
no, I get what you're saying, and it definitely is special.
You know, that...
I have one friend.
I have one friend.
We know.
But, no, so I was very appreciative of that fact, and I'm appreciative of everyone that either messaged, called, texted, bought me a gift off my wish list. All of you, thank you.
There was a lot of them.
Yes, but I don't want people to think that, you know, I was just rained on with shit. Like,
no, it was like...
You're talking 5 or 6, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that to us is a lot.
Yeah. What's great, I got 3 books, a wall hanging thing that I need to put up still. I got Lego kits that I built the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. I got a set of wireless earbuds today from Billy. Thank you, Billy. Yep. And Ari. Because I believe Ari had a part in it as well.
Not at all.
Oh, well.
No.
Well, fuck you then.
That means Ari still owes me then. See, you could have just jumped my shaft.
Then
I'm not taking credit for something that wasn't me.
Then I absolutely mean that last roast you got in the... We've been sitting here silently roasting.
Yeah, instead of paying attention. I get it.
You provided me with this? No, we already had this discussion. He was talking to me the other day. He was like talking, and I was like, wait, what? Can you repeat all that? And he goes, what are you doing? You're not listening. And I was like, I was in your Discord, roasting and stealing from your friends.
Well, yeah, because that was fun.
No.
Well, I mean, look at the last one it got her with at the very bottom.
So, anyways, it meant a lot, and it meant a lot that all of you. I also got a lapel mic, so if they allow us to be in public ever again,
I don't think
it's safe to be in public and allowed to be, because I got a feeling. I said this last week. I got a feeling.
Maybe they just shouldn't let us back into public.
I can go and do on-the-spot interviews, like, go to conventions or things like that. I can go talk to people, and I can use my phone to record everything. It's really going to open up a lot of opportunities with the show that I don't have to now worry about trying to take everything. I just have to take my phone and the lapel
I'm
mic.
sorry, I just had flashbacks to us having to take all the equipment after the shows and then break it all down and then come back.
Yep. On the off chance that I decided to do a show the night before, we would have to then first do the show, break everything down, and then the next day pack everything up to go. Get there like 3 hours before we were supposed to broadcast, set everything up, which the setup was not long.
No, but it was then testing to make sure everything connected correctly.
Yeah.
It worked then. And then after whatever we did on location, then have to break everything back down again, pack it all back into the vehicle, bring it home, set it all back up, make sure it all connects.
We did usually set it all back up for a day or two, though.
Because it was just like, no,
the process is still there.
Yeah.
Even though there was a time delay.
You want to talk
to do it all again.
Want to talk about a goddamn process? When he was running music for the wrestling shows, I wanted to pull all of my hair out because it was so minuscule little things. So many of the little things that had to happen. That's why literally I would just hand him all of his stuff and go walk off and hang out with the wrestlers. Because like,
That's
you do.
why?
Yeah.
Well, luckily, there wasn't a lot of stuff that I had to do running sound, because they had their own board. I didn't have to really...
No, except for when you
shit.
Cena'd most of them on different nights, and they were all angry.
No, I only seen it one.
You've seen it too.
I think I seen it him twice.
Maybe it was.
It was a friend of mine at the time.
At the time.
And we would always joke. And I would use the John Cena on the show every so often.
Just had a hit button and you just walk over and hit this.
And he had said at one point, when he was here for the show, he was like, man, it'd be so funny to do that to somebody's intro music.
Well, the thing is where it started because they would frequently, him and his at the time girlfriend would come to be on the show. Like we'd just hang out. And he would hit that button every time the guy started to talk. He would start to talk and he'd just hit the Cena button. And he would just sit there and... Because it would play for a good, 10 seconds. So he'd lose track of what he was thinking. He was like, well, I lost it. I'm done. He'd start to say something later and he'd just reach over and hit the Cena button. It was so fun to get him with, and everybody laughed except for him. And he was just... Fuck. So at the show...
And he had said... He's like, it would be funny to do that to one of the guys wrestling. Okay. It's going to be you, though.
They had a show the next day. And he did it.
I'm sure he didn't appreciate that very much.
I didn't let it run very long.
No.
Though. I let it run for like a second or two.
And then he cut it. But he walked out of the back and he just looked at him. And he gave the finger to us the entire time he was getting into the ring. It was hilarious.
But his character was turned heel anyways. So.
That night, it was just wild that it happened.
Yeah. But, yeah, I couldn't resist. I miss the John Cena button. I really do.
We can always put another one up there.
We can. All right, so we're going to go to break.
Finally.
Yeah, you're going to get Carmel Liberty, you're going to get Olio, and you're going to get Acid's Trip. You're listening to the Odd Pod, and we thank you for that. We don't know why, but we thank you. We'll be back.
Now it's time for the Odd Pod's Patreon shout-out. Big thanks to Mr. Robbins, Justin Burnside and Zaldor of Zaldor's World Podcast for becoming a patron. We hope you enjoy our long, uncut and girthy episodes until you're fully satisfied and left shaking from laughter. For everyone else, you can join our Patreon too. Just head to patreon.com/theoddpod. Become a patron and reap the benefits today.
From behind, I am the shadow. Can't get me off of your mind. The walls tell me all of your secrets and all of your regrets. I've surrounded you, but you'll never really see me. See, I've got the perfect disguise, translucent with trustworthy eyes. Suspect me honestly, who? Don't worry, I'll never stop waiting for you. You'll point me out and I'll disappear, but I'll return again when no one's around to hear. 'Cause this is my undeadly medley. You'll rise from the grave and dance with me. Let every bone shake, every tomb break. Brush off the decay. Rigor mortis was your greatest feat. Why not surface from the earth and dance to the beat? Dance to the beat. Dance to the beat. My plan is flawless, my sweet little lamb. You're practically dead as we speak. Don't try to run, don't try to hide. Don't want to tire those fast little feet. You run home, but I'm waiting there on your bed. Can't check the closet or under the steps. I'm the monster inside of your head. Spit on my shoes and I'll try not to cry in front of you. Call me a name and I'll try not to sing the blues. I'll tear you limb from limb, shred your tissue paper skin. A fight like you've never seen before. Wrap you up and laugh all the way to the morgue. I don't mean to be cruel, but you've broken the rules. What you throw's what you catch, and you've got a nasty case of it. 'Cause this is my undeadly medley. You'll rise from the grave and dance with me. Let every bone shake, every tomb break. Brush off the decay. Rigor mortis was your greatest feat. Why not surface from the earth and dance to the beat? Dance to the beat. Dance to the beat. Brush off the decay. was your greatest feat. Why not surface from the earth and dance to the beat, dance to the beat, dance to the beat, dance to this beat.
Are you tired of incense that stinks? Motor City Candleworks is Metro Detroit's #1 source for premium handmade incense, as well as hand sanitizer and now massage oil, with a wide array of scents inspired by Michigan cities and attractions. You're sure to find a fragrance that'll keep your love of the mitten burning all year round. Head to MotorCityCandleworks.com and order yours today. And make sure you find them on Facebook, too, for all of their upcoming sales and events. Motor City Candleworks. Michigan handmade scents that just make sense.
That smell. The kind of smelly smell.
Been around the world, seen a lot of things. Oh my, what tomorrow brings. In a flash before my eyes, oh yeah, I'm hypnotized. Whoa, 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 I didn't see it coming. I'm hypnotized. Hypnotized. Seen the tried and the true, nothing novel, nothing new. A siren in disguise. Oh yeah, I'm hypnotized. Hypnotized. Whoa, 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 I didn't see it coming. I'm hypnotized. Hypnotized. Whoa, 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 I didn't see it coming. All I can think to do is how I'm gonna get next to you. Can't deny I'd burn for you. Drawn into your trance so smooth. I'm hypnotized, hypnotized. Whoa, 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 I didn't see it coming. I'm hypnotized, hypnotized. Don't break your spell. Throw me in your wishing well. A siren in disguise. Oh yeah, I'm hypnotized. That's it. I'm hypnotized, mesmerized by your eyes. 3 wishes when I rub those eyes. Cause you stone cold thriller. Gotta get my hands on you before you go all chiller. This ain't no mystery. Grooving sex is a part of history. So participate, capitulate. You don't have to hate. We don't need your 808. Somebody slap me!
This just in. It seems the entire planet is being overtaken by a force unlike anything we've ever seen before. Its tentacles reach across the entire globe, from Beijing to Boston, from Moscow to Madrid. There seems to be no escaping its influence. It seems life as we know it will be forever changed now that the Odd Pod has arrived. To stay up to date on all developments, and we're urging that you stay informed, you can hear the latest information about the Odd Pod by searching for it on all major podcasting platforms. Remember, we can only be as safe as we are vigilant.
All right. Spooky ooky. Whether you fear black cats crossing your path today.
I thought that was going somewhere else.
Whether you avoid walking under ladders. Whether you believe if you break a mirror you get 7 years of bad luck.
7 days.
7 days. 7 days. Friday the 13th is historically been seen as a very unlucky day, unless you're one of the weirdos, freaks, or geeks, and you enjoy the fact that everybody else gets weirded out.
Like us.
Yeah. I've come to accept the fact that I am a real-life troll because I'm willing to say things in public and
You look like one.
that most people aren't. But Friday the 13th, why, though? Like, why do we consider 13 unlucky? Where did it come from? Well, Western cultures have historically associated the number 12 with completeness. There are 12 days of Christmas, 12 months in the zodiac sign, 12 labors of Hercules, 12 gods of Olympus, 12 tribes of Israel, and that's just to name a few. Its successor, 13, has a long history as a sign of bad luck. The ancient code of Harambe.
Except for Harambe.
No!
Hammurabi. Yeah. Hemorrhoid? I'm pronouncing it wrong.
No.
That's bad luck. Reportedly omitted a 13th law from its list of legal rules. Though this was probably a clerical error, superstitious people sometimes point to this as proof of 13's long-standing negative associations. Fear of the number 13 is even earned a psychological term. It's triskaidekaphobia.
Triskaidekaphobia?
Yep. Triskaidekaphobia.
It's also a Magic the Gathering card.
Listen, you and I are going to have a fight over this already.
Just think of a deck made out of Triscuits and you're afraid of it.
Kind of am.
But why is it seen as unlucky? Well, according to a biblical tradition, 13 guests attended the Last Supper, held on Maundy Thursday, including Jesus and his 12 apostles, one of whom, Judas, betrayed him, of course. And the next day, of course, was Good Friday, the day of Jesus' crucifixion. The seating arrangement of the Last Supper is believed to have given rise to a long-standing Christian superstition that having 13 guests at a table was a bad omen, specifically that it was courting death.
I need to go get a few more people then.
Though Friday's negative associations are weaker, some have suggested that it also has roots in a Christian tradition. Jesus as was crucified on Friday. Friday was also said to be the day Eve gave Adam the fateful apple.
We don't know
How the fuck do you know that? Like, seriously.
Jesus.
Guesswork.
I'm sorry. And supposedly that was also the day that Cain killed his brother Abel.
How
do you know that?
Oh my god. How do you know the specific day?
Well, I mean, they can't even get Jesus' birthday right, so.
How many times are we going to have to say Jesus was not born in winter? If Jesus was real, it was born in spring.
In the late 19th century, a New Yorker named Captain William Fowler. I wonder if that's any relation. That's a family name of mine.
I know it is.
Sought to remove the enduring stigma surrounding the number 13, and particularly the unwritten rule about not having 13 guests at dinner. by founding an exclusive society called the 13 Club. The group dined regularly on the 13th day of the month in room 13 of the Knickerbocker Cottage, a popular watering hole Fowler owned from 1863 to 1883. Before sitting down for a 13-course dinner, members would pass beneath a ladder and a banner reading Motori Tai Salutamus, Latin for those of us who are about to die salute you. 4 former U.S. presidents, Chester A. Arthur, Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harris, and Theodore Roosevelt, would join the 13 Club's ranks at one time or another. An important milestone in history of the Friday the 13th legend in particular, not just the number 13, occurred in 1907 when Friday the 13th, written by Thomas William Lawson, was published. The book told the story of a New York City stockbroker who plays on superstitions about the date to create chaos on Wall Street and make a killing on the market. The horror movie Friday the 13th, released in 1980, and it introduced the world to a hockey mask wearing killer named Jason, and is perhaps best known example of a famous superstition in pop culture history. The movie spawned multiple sequels, as well as comic books and other related media, as well as merch and costumes. So it's an undescribable reason that we associate it, other than the fact that the Christians said that having 13 guests at your table was wrong.
Correct.
Friday only has the bad association because apparently...
Whatever. It's weird.
I mean, Jesus was crucified on Friday.
We do know... that was...
How?
Thus Good Friday.
Like, how though?
Documentation, I would assume.
Yeah.
Supposedly. I mean, there's no way we can tell.
There was at least we know of a person fitting that crucified on... We still do have some records.
Were there other people crucified on that day?
I believe only 2.
2 people or 2 others?
2 others.
I don't know. I find it hard to believe that they kept track of days like that all the way back then.
With a different word. Sorry. It was a different word. There's a long thing of stuff.
To me, I still believe they were terrified when the sun went down because they thought God had gone away.
You're too far back on that.
I mean, no, I'm with him on that one. So many religions use that very thing.
Yes, however...
That's why Jesus is the Son! The Son of God!
And look, he went down for 3 days and then rose...
So did the sun.
Yeah.
When it dips to the... okay. Fine. Anyways, so
God.
The only reason Friday the 13th is with the ooky connotations supposedly is because Jesus had 13 guests and one of them betrayed him. Or Jesus sat down to dinner and there were 13 people total at the table and one of them betrayed him. So it was built from that. That's what it seems like.
Maybe he shouldn't have been at the table. There's already 12.
Now, there are things supposedly that have happened on Friday the 13th that have been seen as bad luck. On October 13th, 1307, officers of King Philip IV arrested hundreds of the Knights Templar, a powerful religious and military order formed in the 12th century for the defense of the Holy Land. They should have been in the 13th century. I don't know. Imprisoned on charges of various illegal behaviors, but really because the king wanted access to their financial resources. Many Templars were later executed. Some cite the link with the Templars as the origin of the Friday the 13th superstition. But like many legends involving the Templars and their history, it truly remains murky. In more recent times, a number of traumatic events have occurred on Friday the 13th, including the German bombing of Buckingham Palace in September of 1940, the murder of Kitty Genovese in Queens, New York, March 64, a cyclone that killed more than 300,000 people in Bangladesh, November of 1970, the disappearance of the Chilean Air Force plane in the Andes, October 72, the death of rapper Tupac Shakur on September 96, and the crash of the Costa Concordia cruise ship off the coast of Italy, which killed 30 people in January 2012.
You know that story. We've watched many videos on that.
So, I've said before, I don't believe in God. I think it's all hocus pocus. I think it's a bedtime story that got out of hand. However, I do believe in energy and karma and putting good and out into the world. And
the law of intention
yeah.
and the law of... oh, God, my brain just stopped.
It's a radio show. You can't do that.
I can't help when my brain stops.
Well, you need to get that thing under control.
I'd love to. You got any tips?
So, here's the thing. So, like, if we have this rooted belief that Friday the 13th is bad, and everyone has the rooted belief of Friday the 13th being bad, is it possible
that we have put out enough bad energy to fulfill the things that happen on Friday the 13th? Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Yeah. If you walk under a ladder and you think it's unlucky,
it suddenly becomes unlucky for you because you'll associate that with one little thing that goes wrong in your day.
Your bagel burnt. It's Friday the 13th. I shouldn't have walked under that ladder.
I mean, walking under a ladder just sounds dangerous to begin with.
If there's somebody on it.
But you...
You never walk under one when somebody's on it. They could pee on you or something.
Why is that where your brain went?
Oh, really?
Why did your brain go to that?
Because I've had tools dropped on me before.
Oh. Okay. But why did
I didn't know pee was a tool on.
It can be. Watching your face scrunch up.
So there's the connotation that's there. That it's the energy that we put into it. Is what I think you're seeing there. I could be wrong though. Who knows? But if we associate it with being bad, and we think bad things are going to happen, collectively too, because there's never really been a study as to whether or not the energy that people put out can affect anything. Because it sounds like crazy talk. I get that.
Well, not for people like me and like Ari. And you, by association, have learned. But yeah.
What if we do somehow, some way, control the events that happen around us, and because we think it's bad luck, it will be bad luck?
Well, that's a lot of the stuff that Ari and I talk about, like, on a weekly basis. Basically, like, what energy have we put out that's going to draw bad shit to us this time?
How did I fuck up this week?
Yeah. How much bad energy did I put into the universe for it to turn around and fuck with me this week?
I think that's why I walk through life as smoothly at times as I do, is because sometimes I just don't give a fuck, and sometimes that not giving a fuck is great because I'm not doing anything.
But then it comes back on you 12-fold, and you're like, God damn it.
Sometimes my not give a fuck gets the better of me, and I'm just like, oh! And the universe kicks my ass.
You really give a fuck.
Yeah, because it's because I'm getting fucked, and not in the pleasant way. But we're going to go through some of the superstitions, though, that have been built off this. What? How many times have you pissed off of a ladder? Don't ask.
The law of not being a dick.
I've pissed off ladders. I've pissed off roofs. That's only because I used to hang out on the roof a lot when I was a kid. And sometimes you have to pee, and you don't want to go through all the work of climbing off the ladder or climbing down the chimney. Because it was a process getting up there. I took my radio and a bunch of stuff. Yeah. So don't ask questions you don't want answers to. Fuck that said, is it really bad energy or not? Cards just not in your favor. Lots seem not to get a break. Well, when you get stuck in a pattern, when you get stuck in a way of thinking, if you think bad things are always going to happen to you, then maybe bad things do happen. I don't know for sure.
Nobody knows for sure. I mean, but putting good energy out, definitely, at the very least, call it a placebo effect, whatever. It seems to give you a little bit better peace of mind when you change your way of thinking.
Here's the thing. You're not out anything. What could it hurt?
You're being showed something.
That's awesome. That's definitely going to need to be taken upstairs and cut, though. It could be.
That could be taken 1,000 different ways. Things you just said.
No, it could be. There is sometimes a disproportionate, it seems, of people who are doing good but still can't catch a fucking break.
Always.
And I don't know. I'm merely speculating, honestly. But we're going to talk, like I said, some about the superstitions and their origins, and there's a whole bunch of them. I used to have an encyclopedia of superstitions where it broke each one of them down and gave the history of it. Those are the kind of books I like, by the way, people, and actually those are the kind of books I got for my birthday too. So, but I have a whole list here to go through. It's
thousands and thousands of them.
Not thousands.
There could be.
It's just interesting. Like, I always remember, but I always forget how simple a people we really are when you get down to it.
Of course we're simple. If you looked at everybody in this room, we all just got really excited for nothing.
We got to roast each other during the break.
It was great. And now we all got desserts just handed to us, and we're all kind of like, ooh, sugar.
Yeah. So, I've never been superstitious myself. I've never... Like, I don't purposely walk under ladders, but if I do, for whatever reason, happen to walk under a ladder, I'm not like, oh shit, what bad's gonna happen? I own a black cat. One crosses my fucking path every single day. Mm-hmm. I've stepped on numerous cracks, and I never once broke my mother's back.
No, but she did break her neck.
Well, that was her doing, not mine. I've broken mirrors before. I can't...
Shut up, Ari.
I can't say that 7 years of bad luck followed.
Well, they've all been bad luck. We can't really...
I don't know what good luck is.
I actually have a funny story about breaking a mirror.
Go ahead.
So when I was in middle school, I was not superstitious about anything when I was younger.
Oh my, how the turntable.
I know, right? This is what started it. So I had this little makeup compact mirror, and I pulled it out of my purse, and it was cracked. My friend was saying, oh, you're going to have bad luck, you're going to have bad luck. I was like, man, screw that. No, I'm not. And my genius self, being not superstitious at all, shattered that piece of crap into as many small pieces as I could. It was powder by the time I was done.
Jesus.
Tell me why the next semester I got suspended from school for 3 months. Off of somebody else going through my private property, turning it in, and then the school completely dropped protocol and it all fell apart. But point is, that was the start of my oh well, maybe there's something to this.
What'd you have in your private property?
Let's not worry about that.
Oh.
A knife.
Yeah, it was a hunting knife.
A pointy stabby thing.
Yeah. I mean, technically speaking, according to protocol, I should have been expelled. But that's not important. The important part is that I ended up getting suspended, out of nowhere.
Pumped Up Pics just started playing in my head.
Huh. So.
Uh-huh.
That's terrible.
What?
How dare you? That's not what kind of show we run here. Yes, it is. But yeah, I've never been scared or nervous on Friday the 13th. I can't remember even as a kid. Oh. No, it's
What was that again?
That was the muffled Stan Smith. Oh. But I know other people who have, and I know other people who are superstitious like that.
Take a bite of this chocolate thing.
I'm good. So it's always interesting to be around those type of individuals, because you sit back and you kind of chuckle, but at the same time you wonder, well, maybe it is working for him. Like my grandmother growing up would throw salt over her shoulder if she spilled some.
I do that.
And I never really understood it then. I think that one might have something to it, seeing as how what we found out about my family and what we suspected, and the power that salt has.
Oh, yeah.
You know what we're talking about. Yeah. You've experienced that wonderful, wonderful dreams you've had here.
So, yeah. There's some that maybe I do believe, but most of them, I don't know. Like I said, we're going to get into that list just after this next break. We're running a little long for each break tonight, just because there's so much I wanted to talk about, and I'm trying to. The fun size is going to be a little longer than an hour, not much, but I'm offsetting here.
Thanks for checking out the Odd Pod. If you want to hear the whole show, consider becoming a patron of our Patreon. Head to patreon.com/the Odd Pod. We're also all over social media like an STI that won't wash off. Head to tapdetroit.com/the Odd Pod to follow us today. We're already following you, and you forgot to buy milk.